Keith Wayne, ready.
And your date of birth?
04/29/08.
All right. Good morning. You're being here this morning based on felony warrant issued for your arrest. Excuse me. Alleging, charges of murder in the first degree, robbery, and aggravated robbery. You have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against an attorney. And one second, I'm appointing Mr. I'm going to mispronounce his last name. Grinkowicz,
Your Honor. Grinkowicz, Your Honor.
Thank you very much. Mr. Grinkowicz, as your counsel, the attorney seated right now is going to be assisting you in this hearing. So if you have any questions, please speak out loud. Reviewed pretrial services report noting that Mr. Reddick is on release conditions. I do also see a referral from the county attorney's office pursuant to ARS 1351. And the state's request for Mr. Reddick to be held no bond. Anything else to add?
No, Your Honor. Is the court actually, yes, Your Honor. Is the court going to be entertaining an argument over Rule 7.7 for where they're going to be, where this individual should be detained, or is the court determined he'll be housed in the Pima County jail?
I've considered the, in light of the charge, I did consider ARS 305, including the.
So, that we're not asking that he be housed at juvenile.
Okay. Well,
that works.
Well, yeah, that's why I have considered the statutory requirements, but given the light, I'm not really considering entertaining any additional arguments. But is anything else that from the state?
Nothing else. No, nothing further, Your Honor.
And defense? Anything else from defense?
We just ask that a no bond hearing be held.
Thank you. I will set a no bond hearing for September 12th at 2:30 in the morning. I'm sorry, 2:30 in the afternoon. Apologies. With a follow-on preliminary hearing for September 18th at 1:30 in the afternoon. All right, Mr. Reddick, you will be you're going to be held for now. Hopefully, your attorney will be reaching out to you shortly. And please communicate with them so you can be prepared for your next hearing. Okay.
All right, Dave.
All right, thank you very much. You're excused.
Your Honor,
And then
is he being held here at the Pima County Adult Detention Center, or? Thanks, sir.
All right, thank you. Differential pay, though, Your Honor.
Yep. Nobody wants to. That's fine. So the judge, she doesn't need any support.
See you in the military. Listening from the.
Good morning, sir. Please tell me. I'm sorry. Is this Mr. Gano?
No.
Señor Dano?
No.
No.
Okay. Well, good morning, sir. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Por favor, me da su nombre completo y su fecha de nacimiento.
I don't need a translator.
Okay. And so what's your name, sir?
Jesus Castello.
Apologies, must be a little bit of confusion there. All right, Mr. Castellum, good morning. This is the time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here. I'm sorry, what was your date of birth?
11/10/86.
Thank you. So you're being seen here today on two different matters we'll talk about. The first involves a felony incident complaint alleging unlawful use of a means of transportation, possession of a dangerous drug, possession of a narcotic drug, possession of drug paraphernalia, and burglary in the third degree. The second involves a misdemeanor complaint from the Tucson City Court involving charges of criminal trespass in the third degree and resisting arrest. To remind you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointing the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing, so if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with them before saying anything out loud. Give me 1 second here. Do you have pretrial services on? I'm sorry?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes. Could you perhaps refresh the pretrial service, the database? I don't believe I have a report here for Mr. Gastelum.
Is it for Jesus Castellum?
Yes.
I'm just finishing his report right now. He is as of right now, I'll set it to review. As of right now, he is a level 2 nonviolent felony.
Okay. Well, then let me. How much longer do you think you'll need with the report?
Actually, let me give me like 2 minutes.
Okay. All right, Mr. Castellum, I need to take a look at some information for pretrial services to make a accurate assessment of your matter. I don't want to shortchange my decision about release conditions, so we're going to pause here for just a second on that. I will take a look at your city court matter.
Your Honor, this is the Spanish interpreter. If there's no need for the interpreter, may the interpreter be excused?
Yes, let me just confirm. Jail, do we have any other need for a Spanish interpreter this morning?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Well, then, yes, I'll cue the interpreter. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, his report is available now.
Thank you very much. One second, so I can take a look at this, make sure I'm understanding the nature of the case. Alright, doesn't look like you're being held on any other matter. We're a 3 and a 4 on the NCAA FTA scales. Community ties were verified with the third-party reference. There's appear to be 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8 prior felony convictions in 2004 to 2016. Do note several of them include probation violations, probation revocations, and at least one instance from parole. County Attorney's Office recommendations for $5,000 bond plus pretrial services. Anything else to add from the state? Excuse me.
Your Honor.
Defense?
Asking for release to pretrial services. You have already noticed, he does have housing. He has an aunt who's supportive. He's part-time employed as a landscaper. And so we just pretrial services would be sufficient to ensure his appearance at court.
And give me one chance so that I could make up the money in case I do go to prison, so that I could have money for my TV and my stuff.
You might want to just talk to your attorney before saying anything.
Your Honor, I would also note that he's successfully completed parole last year.
Thank you. All right, sir. I will give you a shot, and I'll release you to pretrial services. I am going to order you to submit to any monitoring or treatment that they direct. I'm going to order that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs. They have no contact of any kind with any victim, to include going to any incident location. I'll set the preliminary hearing for September 29th, 1:30 in the afternoon. On your misdemeanor matter, I'm going to set a separate hearing for October 31st. At 9 a.m. And that's going to be in front of Judge Mayhew. I'll likewise release you if you promise me you can appear at that hearing, sir. Can you promise me you'll do that?
Oh, yeah. Fine.
Thank you.
From.
I'm further going to enter a pleas of not guilty on your behalf to the charges alleged, and also advise you are presumed innocent, and the burden of proving you guilty is on the state, and that burden is to prove you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. However, if you fail to attend any hearing in your case, which you may incur new charges, you may have a warrant issued for your arrest, or those hearings may go forward in your absence to include a trial. In addition, if you are unable to be sentenced within 90 days of being convicted at a trial, you may lose your right to appeal any such conviction. Do you understand all that, sir?
Yes, sir.
And you'll be released. You need to contact pretrial services and maintain contact with them throughout the pendency of your case. Please also contact your attorney and stay in contact with them so that you're up to date on the next stages in your matter, okay?
And Your Honor, his misdemeanor case, is that city court or justice court?
That's the city court case.
Thank you.
Thanks, sir. You're excused.
We don't want it in
English,
We
yeah.
want
You just have to straight up.
Want to get out?
Yeah, and then you need to put your attorney
Today?
when you get it. Yeah.
Here you go. Thank you.
It's going straight out. Have to see them there. So
Oh, you know what? My apologies. I was looking at the wrong date. My apologies. Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Julian Alvarez Cano, January 20th, 1991.
Mr. Cano. Now we're back on track. Moscano, good morning. This time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this morning based on a misdemeanor complaint alleging assaults and criminal damage. To remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and since you're being held on a felony matter, I believe I'm going to appoint Ms. Anna Dennis to represent you. Her information will be in the order you'll receive a copy of today. All right. Since you're being held on a felony matter, I'm going to impose a bond of $500. That'll be cash or secured, so that you can receive time credit if that's appropriate in your case.
Okay.
I'm also going to set a pretrial hearing for you for tomorrow afternoon at 1 p.m. And that'll be in front of Judge Cornejo here at the Pima County Justice Court. I'll enter pleas of not guilty on your behalf to the charges and advise you that you are presumed innocent and the burden of proving you guilty is on the state. That burden is to prove you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You have a right, as I said, to remain silent, to counsel, and to attend all hearings in your case, to include a trial, where the burden of proving you guilty again is on the state. However, if you fail to attend any hearings in your matter, you could incur new charges, you could have a warrant issued for your arrest, and those hearings could proceed in your absence. Additionally, if you're unable to be sentenced within 90 days of being convicted at a trial because of your absence, you may lose the right to appeal that conviction. Do you understand all that?
Yes.
That I will again hold you on that bond so you can receive the time credit. If you do end up posting the bond and are released, I'm going to order that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, that you not have any contact of any kind with the alleged victim, to include going to where they work or live. And again, your next hearing will be tomorrow afternoon. If you're still in custody, you may be seen by Judge Cornejo in the same way you're seeing me this morning. And with that, that's all I have for you, sir. Thank you. You're excused.
Thank you.
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
I'm Sarah Lorraine Ortiz, 2/21/1990.
Thank you, Ms. Ortiz. All right. All right. Here's you're still being held on some separate matters from other courts out of county as well as Marana. Total bond of $2,000 being imposed. I'm going to affirm the bond remains in effect, and I'm going to set another review hearing for you. This one will be for October 8th at 9 a.m. so we can take another look and see if anything's changed. But for now, you'll just have to sit tight. Again, your review hearing will be on October the 8th at 9 a.m. Okay?
Okay, so what was this court for?
So this is an initial.
Oh, okay.
And thank you very much. You're excused.
Thank you. So it wasn't. Good morning. Good morning, how are you? I'm okay, how are you? You hanging in there? Fantastic. Okay. So I'm I'm glad you told me. Thank you. I'm excited. I'm so excited.
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Tiffany and King, 2-3 of 82.
Thank you, Mr. King. Good morning. This time set for your review hearing on the matter you're believed still being held on a warrant from an out-of-county jurisdiction.
Yes.
Take a look here. Our bond appears to be $5,000 cash or secured with pretrial services if posted.
Yes, sir.
Here's you also have a separate matter going on in the Superior Court, an adult probation hold. Well, ma'am, I'm going to affirm the bond that was previously set by Judge Taney, as well as the prior conditions of release. I'll reset your review hearing for October the 8th at 9 a.m.
Your Honor, she does want to mention to the court that she's completed an intake at the ARC
Yes.
and is scheduled to go there at 3:30 today.
Yes, I am. And may I please speak with you? Would you mind? I don't want. I had wrote letters to you guys down there. I talked to the. Okay, well, I'm going to the ARC, and the ARC is like for mental health, and I really need it. I'm just letting you guys know that. Like, I've been waiting for. I'm gonna cry. I've been waiting for this for 3 months. I'm so proud of this. Like, it's something that I need, and they're willing to transport me to you guys, and I'm willing to come down for my next court date. I have no problem with that. I talked to probation. My probation officer is willing to help me transport. She's amazing. She wanted me to talk to you guys today about that. Her name's Kendra Hendrickson. She's supposed to be picking me up at 3:30 today. She was just waiting for the $5,000 bond to be removed so that I could go to her. I've had a bed for 3 months. It's something that I packed up my whole house to do this. I lost my son in April, and I really need this. I just lost my 2-year-old boy. I need this more than anything. I know I made a mistake down there, and I will be there. If you tell me when to be there, I will be there, Your Honor. I promise you, with bells on, with my probation and everybody behind me, God knowing this. I just want you to know that. And I am sorry for whatever, I don't, I'm really sorry for everything that you guys have to go through with everything. But please, Your Honor, if you could help me do this, I would promise you to be there. I really would. Really.
Well, your case is not before, the matter being held on is not necessarily before me. At the warrant that was issued by an out-of-county, I believe it's Mojave County.
Sir.
And so it's for them to transport you up or to decline to transport you, but that was the nature of your detention here, okay? So all I'm going to do is keep the status quo, although, of course, if you do post a bond, then you can be released and go to the ARC or to whatever other facility that you've arranged for. I'm glad to know that you've made those arrangements, but for now, all I'm going to do is reaffirm the bond and reset your hearing so that you can hopefully be seen again here, and well, hopefully not, so that Mojave will have done something on your matter. But that's all I have for you.
Can you write? I don't know. Thank you.
All the consistency. That's not fun. I can run it. Yeah, it's like
Another 30 days. Yeah, like for another 30 days.
I don't know. I mean,
Thank you very much for clarifying the our appointment for me.
Okay. Right.
good morning.
Good morning, sir. Please tell me your full name and date of birth.
It's Kyle Mitchell Komet, and my birthday is 6/3/82.
Thanks, sir. It's just a review hearing. Here's your paying on a $50,000 cash secured bond. And this appears to be out of Cochise County.
Correct.
Also, see a notation of some other matters you may have pending in the Superior Court.
Yeah, I have sentencing this month for both matters. On the 24th.
Okay. I'm just going to reset the review hearing for you. Hopefully we can, the other matters will resolve themselves, but I'm going to reset the review hearing for October the 8th at 9 a.m. Okay?
Sounds good.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Hello.
Good morning. Please tell me your full name and date of birth.
8/28.
Review hearing being held on just like several matters, but I'm looking at a out of county warrant from Maricopa County. Bond amount was $1,000. It looks like you're also being held on some additional matters in Pima County.
Correct.
I was wondering, is there a way to get that bond lowered?
No, it also looks like you're being held up by an adult probation hold. So eliminating it would also deprive you of any ability to get time credit.
It's,
So you know the holds in your matter. I'm going to leave the bond in effect so that you can continue to accrue time credit if that's appropriate in the case. I'll reset the matter for October the 8th at 9 a.m. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, sir. Your excuse.
No. Have a good day.
You too.
I'm Jerson. Okay. Thanks, sir.
Good morning, sir. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Sergio Mauricio Romero, 8/13/1975.
Morning, sir. It's your review hearing. It appears you're still being held on a $2,499 cash bond from Santa Cruz County.
Yes, Your Honor.
It also looks like you're being held on some other separate matters in the Superior Court. Those matters aren't in front of me today. So, given everything, I'm just going to reset your hearing for October the 8th. On the warrant, rather, I'm going to reset your review hearing for October the 8th at 9 a.m., okay?
Yes, sir.
That's all I have for you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Austin James Sorensen, January 3rd, 1992.
Thank you, Sorensen. This is your review hearing. I believe you're being held on a $2,500 bond. This relates to an arrest warrant from Maricopa County.
Yes, sir.
It also appears you're being held on some separate matters in the Superior Court. There's another justice court. I'm sorry, there's two different matters. One warrant Maricopa County. There was a separate warrant from Maricopa County. One relates to charges of aggravated DUI. Both related to DUI matters. Mr. Sorensen, given everything, I'm going to affirm the bonds in your cases. I'm going to reset your review hearing for October the 8th at 9 a.m. Hopefully other matters will resolve. You don't have to have that hearing, but just in case, you'll be seen again today. Okay?
Okay. Sorry, no further questions. Thank you so much, Your Honor.
Thank you. You're excused.
Contreras. Madam Chair, please.
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Sally Contreras, 32094.
Thank you, Mr. Contreras. You're being seen here today based on a charge of misdemeanor domestic violence assault allegedly occurring earlier today. To remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You should take a look here at some information that pretrial services gathered so I can better understand your case, okay? All right. Doesn't look like there is... Doesn't look like there's anything else holding you. You are rated fairly low on the PSA scale. Looks like the alleged victim does welcome you to return, does wish to have further contact, and doesn't object to your release. I don't think you're being held on any other matter. So I'm going to schedule a hearing for you on September 23rd at 10 a.m. That'll be at the South Tucson City Court. If I release you, will you promise me you will appear at that hearing?
Of course.
Releasing the promise. I'm gonna order that you not commit any act of domestic violence or possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs. Given the alleged victim's input, I'm not going to order no contact. However, just to remind you that if you do have further contact with the alleged victim, and it needs to be peaceful, lawful, and if they decide they don't wish to have any more contact with you, you need to terminate that, okay?
Will do.
All right. You'll be released later today. Please make sure and attend your hearing, otherwise a warrant could issue for your arrest, and you can end up right back in jail, all right?
Thank you.
Thank you. You're excused.
Total tense.
Oh, yeah. Down the steps. Good morning.
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Yeah, Robert James Fogeltans, 2/25/1976.
All right, Mr. Fogeltans. Good morning. You're being seen here today based on a misdemeanor complaint of domestic violence assault and domestic violence threats and intimidation allegedly occurring yesterday evening. Remind you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. I'm going to take a look here at some information from pretrial services so I can get a better understanding of your case. Do you reside with you?
Yes, but I have another address I can go to.
You communicated that address over the information for pretrial services?
Yes, I did.
And who's the or who's the other party that could you can stay with?
My wife.
Well, so I believe the alleged victim in this case is Marilyn Fogeltans. That's your wife, is that correct?
No, that's my
your mother. My apologies. All right. My apologies. Okay. Unfortunately, the alleged victim couldn't be reached. Comment on your conditions of release. Given that I'm going to set a hearing for you in front of Judge Charlene Pesquera on September 18th at 10:30 in the morning. That'll be done here at the Pima County Justice Court. If you are released, will you promise me you will appear at that hearing?
Yes, definitely.
And I will release you on that promise. I'm going to order that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, that you not commit any act of domestic violence, and that you not have any contact of any kind with the alleged victim to include going to their place of work or residence. If you have any personal belongings at the alleged victim's residence, I'll allow you to return one time to gather those things, but that will be with a police escort. So the way that'll happen is you'll have to contact law enforcement. You can use 311, the non-emergency line. Arrange for them to have a sheriff's deputy or a police officer present with you while you gather your items, and then leave with them. You cannot go to the residence otherwise. Do you understand?
Yes, I understand, sir.
All right, sir. With that, you'll be...
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Crystal, roll.
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Crystal Suset Romo, December the 13th, 1994.
Good morning. Time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here today on charges of domestic violence, disorderly conduct, misdemeanor domestic violence, disorderly conduct, and misdemeanor domestic violence, threats, and intimidation. To remind you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. Oh, my apologies. These charges stem from yesterday evening. Just take a look here at your pretrial services report. Roma, do you reside with the alleged victim, Mr. Ullman?
No. I got my own apartment.
Okay. All right, well, I don't believe you're being held on any other matter. I'm going to set a hearing for you in front of Judge Charlene Pesquera for an arraignment on September 18th at 10:30. If I release you, will you promise me you will appear at that hearing?
Yes.
If I don't release you on that promise, I'm going to order that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, that you not commit any acts of domestic violence, and that you not have any contact of any kind with the alleged victim, Mr. Ullman, to include going to where he works or lives.
Well, we both work for the same financial firm.
Okay, well, I unfortunately I have to keep that no contact order in place for now. You can certainly ask Judge Pesquera on the 18th to modify it given your work circumstances. But you just need to understand in between then and now, you need to avoid all contact, direct or indirect, third party, online, in person. Have no contact with Mr. Ullman at all. Do you understand?
So just no contact. So we could be in the same building, but no contact.
Not knowing the circumstances of where you work and what the situation is, I'm just going to leave it at you can be in the same vicinity as him, so you can contact or speak with your employer and try to arrange for something. But I need you to understand you cannot be in his vicinity until the 18th, okay?
Until the 18th.
At that time, you can ask Judge Pesquera.
Because Homeland Security is on top of us, so.
Okay. I just need you to understand that you cannot speak with him, communicate with him, or have others do that on your behalf.
Oh, no, I won't. Okay.
Thank you very much. You're excused.
All right. Thank you.
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Yes, sir. My name is Victor Enriquez Serrano Jr. And at 11/4/79. Yes.
Thank you. Your Honor, you're being seen here this morning based on a charge of misdemeanor domestic violence assault, allegedly occurring earlier today. Remind you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. Just going to take a look here at your pre-trial services report so I can get a little more information about your case. So you reside with the alleged victim?
Yes. We live on a property that's 4 acres, and there's 2 homes on the address, but they're 2 separate addresses.
Do you have a third somewhere else you can reside?
So the property itself is 4 acres large, and one house is on 2 acres, completely separate from the other, which is 2 acres completely apart. And they're 2 different addresses. I mean, I do have other places I could stay, but I mean, that's the more convenient for me because I live out of town on the far west side. So that's like a little bit past Bryan Airfield. And I have a son with special needs also.
Well, for now, sir, given the input from the alleged victim who does not wish to welcome you home or have further contact with you for the time being, they don't object to you being released. Given their concerns or given their expressed wishes, I'm inclined to order no contact between you and the alleged victim to include
Okay.
work or live.
Does that mean I could stay at the other home? Because the other home is my parents' home.
Sir, again, not having any idea about the layout or land, I can just warn you that if you have contact with the alleged victim, they may very well call law enforcement, and in the absence of in the wrong circumstances, you may find yourself right back in custody. So I need you to understand you have to avoid all contact of any kind, and do not go in anywhere, shape, or form near the alleged victim's residence for now. Okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Now, if I release you, will you promise me you will appear at a court hearing if I set on September 18th at 10:30?
Yes, sir.
All right, sir. I'm going to say your hearing. Again, that's going to be on September 18th at 10:30 in the morning. That's the Pima County Justice Court. Again, I'm going to order you not have any contact with the alleged victim, not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, and that you not have that you do not commit any acts of domestic violence or possess any weapons or firearms. You understand all that?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Well, then you'll be released later today. Please make sure and attend your hearings, otherwise a warrant will be issued for your arrest.
Okay.
And that's all I have for you, sir. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Mario.
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Oscar Zimbardios, 09/23/2003.
Mr. Barrios, good morning. Time set for your initial appearance, arraignment. You're being seen here today based on misdemeanor charges of creating a criminal nuisance, resisting arrest, and criminal damage, allegedly occurring earlier this morning. Remind you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. I'm gonna check real quick to see if you're being held on any other matter. I don't believe you are. All right, sir. I'm gonna set a hearing for you on October the 7th at 9 a.m. at the Tucson City Court in front of Judge Sarah Mayhew. If I release you, will you promise me you will appear at that hearing?
Promise.
I'll release you on your promise. I'm going to order that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, and advise you that I'm also going to enter pleas of not guilty on your behalf of these charges. And advise you are presumed innocent, and the burden of proving you guilty is on the state, and that burden is to prove you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. In addition to all those rights, you also have the right to an attorney, which may be appointed to you by the court, but also may be procured by you at your own expense. You also have a right to attend all hearings in your case, to include a trial, where, again, you are presumed innocent, but will have the opportunity to present a defense. However, if you fail to attend any hearings in your case, new charges could be filed against you. You could have a warrant issued for your arrest, and those hearings, including that trial, could proceed in your absence. Additionally, if you're convicted at trial and are unable to be sentenced within 90 days because of your own absence, you may lose the right to appeal any conviction. Do you understand all that?
Yes, sir.
Good, sir. Then you'll be released later today. Please make sure and attend all your hearings. Otherwise, you can end up right back in jail.
Sounds good.
Thank you very much for your excuse.
Thank you.
Mr. Bonds? What do you want to spend first?
How you doing, sir?
Oh.
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
My name is Clinton Dwayne Bonds, and my date of birth is 9/26/66.
All right. Mr. Bonds, good morning. The time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here today based on a warrant that was issued for your arrest, as well as some new charges that were filed against you. The warrant relates to charges of unlawful possession of drug paraphernalia and possessing drugs inside of a drug-free school zone. The new
That's
charges
not me. That can't be me. I don't have charges like that. I just got out of prison 2 days ago.
Well, these charges stem from May of this year.
Oh, I was in prison.
Previous ones. The
Okay.
new charges you're facing are from earlier today. And this relates to a charge of failing to comply with the court order and possession of drug paraphernalia. Give me 1 second. I need to take a look at something here.
Yeah, I don't have a charge in me. I don't know those charges.
Just a reminder, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. Okay?
All right.
I'm just going to take a look here at some additional information that pretrial services gathered.
Yeah, I just committed to prison.
Right, sir. I'm going to set a hearing for all of these matters in front of Judge Bond at the Tucson City Court. That hearing is going to be on October 14th at 9:30 in the morning. I don't believe you're being held on anything else, which is good. If I release you on this matter, will you promise me you will appear at that hearing?
I do, Your Honor.
I'll release you on that promise. I'm going to order that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, that you not commit any acts of domestic violence, That you not have any contact of any kind with the alleged victim, to include going to where he works or lives. I'll enter pleas of not guilty on your behalf to the new charges, and further advise you that, again, you have a right to remain silent. You also have the right to an attorney, which may be appointed to you by the court based on your circumstances or obtained by you at your own expense. You also have the right to attend all hearings in your case, be presumed innocent, and to have the state bear the burden of proof beyond a reasonable doubt to prove you guilty. However, if you fail to attend any hearings in this case, to include a trial, you may incur new charges. You may have a warrant issued for your arrest, and those hearings or trial may proceed in your absence. Additionally, if you're found guilty at a trial and are unable to be sentenced within 90 days, you may lose your right to appeal any conviction. Do you understand all that?
I do, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, sir. Then you'll be released later today. Please make sure and attend your hearing. Again, that's going to be on the 14th at 9:30 at the Tucson City Court.
Yes.
Please make sure and attend, otherwise you're going to have right back in custody.
Okay, thank you. Have a good day, sir. All right, thank you. So all I gotta do is go up to pick this up, because this is not mine.
No, so this isn't.
Yeah, I was on my mind, man. All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Come over here and have a seat.
Huh? Good morning.
Hi.
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
80 Livingston Street, 1383.
Good morning. You're being seen here today based on warrants that were issued in 8 separate cases at the Tucson City Court, with charges ranging from domestic violence assault, domestic violence disorderly conduct, criminal trespass in the 3rd degree, and shoplifting. To remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. Set a hearing for you on September 18th at 1:45 in the afternoon, and that'll be in front of Judge Blue. I'm gonna honor at least some of the requests here. I'm gonna impose a bond of, let's see, there's 8. At least half of the bond requested, $1,000, and I'll make that cash secured. I'm going to appoint, or rather reappoint, the City Public Defender's Office to represent you. In order that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, commit any domestic violence, or have any contact of any kind with the any alleged victim. All right, Ms. Spencer, I'm going to, like I said, impose bond and appoint counsel to represent you. You'll be seen by Judge Blue on the 18th by video, the same way you're appearing here this afternoon, this morning. If you do happen to post a bond, please make sure and abide by all the conditions of release that I set for you. And above all else, do not miss any hearings. Otherwise, another warrant could issue for your arrest, and you can end up right back in custody. Okay? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So
Can I sit on the bench? Please, I can't sit on the floor.
Anything else?
Yes. Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Nathan Joe Jr., February 2nd, 1988.
Thanks, sir. This is the time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here today based on 3 misdemeanor charges of domestic violence, criminal damage, domestic violence disorderly conduct, and endangering the life and health of a minor. To remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. I'm just going to take a look here at some paperwork so I can get a sense of what's going on in your case. All right, so it looks at the alleged victim in the case, Ms. Rodriguez, who's also the lawful representative of the minor child, doesn't object to your release, and does welcome further contact with you and for your return home. Doesn't appear there's anything else holding you. I'm going to set a hearing for you on October 14th at 1:30 in the afternoon. And that's going to be in front of Judge Wendy Million at the Tucson City Court. If I release you, will you promise me you will appear at that hearing?
Yes, sir.
I will release you on that promise. I'm going to order that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, and that you not commit any acts of domestic violence. I'm not going to order no contact based on the alleged victim's indications to pretrial services. However, I need to remind you that any interaction you have with the alleged victims, including the minor child, need to be peaceful at all times. And if they decide that they don't wish to have any further contact with you, you need to break off contact immediately. Do you understand, sir?
Okay, sir. So, I can go back to back home?
Yes, I will allow you to return and have further contact with the victim, but it needs to be peaceful at all times. And if they change their mind and don't wish to have any contact with you, you need to separate yourself. You understand all that?
Yes, sir.
All right, sir. Then I'll release you on your promise to appear and abide by all my conditions. You'll be seen by Judge Million on October 14th. Please make sure and attend your hearing. Otherwise, a warrant could issue for your arrest, and you can end up right back in custody, okay?
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Steve Robinson, is that it?
Sorry. Do you need me? Do you need me? Okay. Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Sally Robinson Burke, 6/11/1957.
One second. Ms. Burke, good morning. This is the time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here today based on a single charge of misdemeanor domestic violence disorderly conduct, allegedly occurring yesterday evening. To remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. I'm going to look here. It doesn't look like you're being held on anything else. The alleged victim did speak with pretrial services, and he indicated that he doesn't object to your being released, does wish to have further contact, and does welcome you. I don't believe, like I said, anything else is holding you. So, ma'am, I'm going to set a hearing for you on September 18th at 10:30 in the morning. If I release you, will you promise me you will appear at that hearing?
I will. I have colon cancer, and I have to go in for a test. I believe it's the 18th, but I'm not sure. I got to go be at the hospital. I think it's the 19th, but.
Okay, well, I'm going to set the hearing.
What's hearing?
I'll set the hearing for the 18th, and if you need to reschedule it, then you should communicate with the Pima County Justice Court. Their address and phone number will be on the paperwork you'll receive. But again, if you do need to reschedule a hearing for medical reasons, please communicate that as early as possible to the Justice Court so that you don't miss a hearing and get a warrant issued for your arrest, okay?
Okay.
I'm going to order that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, and that you not commit any acts of domestic violence. I'm not going to order no contact between you and the alleged victim based on his expressed wishes, but just to remind you, any contact you have with him needs to be respectful, peaceful, and if he decides not to have any further contact with you, then you need to break up contact, okay?
Yes, and I will say my husband has stage 4 prostate cancer, and I am his caregiver.
And I'm not ordering no contact, just that
Okay.
that you play nice, okay?
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much, ma'am. Good luck to you and your husband.
Thank you.
Well, that's better.
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Morning, Gabrielle Gonzalez. 3395.
Ms. Gonzalez, good morning.
Morning.
This is time set for your initial appearance. We've got a few different matters to talk about today. So the first involves a felony interim complaint alleging aggravated assault on a peace officer from yesterday. The next two involve warrants that were issued by Judge Susan Bacall and Alexander Ball of the Pima County Justice Court related to charges of domestic violence assault, disorderly conduct, and failing to appear, as well as shoplifting and failing to appear. And you also have some misdemeanor matters out of the Houston City Courts related to shoplifting, possession of a prescription drug, possession of drug paraphernalia, criminal trespass in the 3rd degree, and I guess repeats of the same offenses. To remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm going to appoint on the felony case the Pima County Legal Advocate's Office. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing, so if you have any questions, please speak with them before saying anything out loud, okay? All right, taking a look at the interim complaint as well as pretrial services report. I didn't know any other holds or statuses or separate cases that I haven't already addressed. Ms. Gonzalez is rated a 6 out of 6 on the NCAFTA scales. Fortunately, Ms. Gonzalez didn't participate in an interview prior to and attempts to reach community references. I do know 5 prior counts dating back to 2011, several of which include either probation, revocations, and or warrants being issued. County Attorney's Office recommendation is for $7,500 and pretrial services. Anything else to happen in the state?
No, Your Honor.
Defense.
Your Honor, we're asking for release to pretrial services. She, just based on the class of felony, and can I have just one moment also?
Go right ahead.
And Your Honor, she does have a place to live. She's living with her uncle right now.
Thank you. Based on all this information and the all the additional matters I went through, I'm going to impose a bond of $5,000 cash secured and order Ms. Gonzalez be released to the supervision of pretrial services if bond is posted. I'm going to order that she not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, have no contact of any kind with any alleged victim, and not possess any firearms or weapons. Ms. Gonzalez, I'm going to set your preliminary hearing for September 18th at 1:30 in the afternoon. And on the misdemeanor matters, I'm likewise going to appoint attorneys for you. So on the misdemeanor, I'm sorry, on the justice court matters, I'm going to appoint Mr. Christian Salter to represent you. And I'm going to set a pretrial hearing for you for tomorrow afternoon at 1 p.m. I will impose the bond of, bond requested for this matter is $500 so you can receive time credit if appropriate. I'll order if the bond is posted and you are released, the same conditions will apply. No alcohol, acts of domestic violence, weapons, and no contact with the alleged victims. Remind you that I am presumed innocent. I'm enter pleas of not guilty on your behalf. Charges. We'll further advise you that you have a right to attend all hearings in your case, to be presumed innocent, to have the state bear the burden of proof beyond a reasonable doubt. However, if you fail to attend any hearings, they could go forward in your absence to include a trial. If you are convicted and are unable to be sentenced within 90 days, then you may lose your right to appeal any such conviction. I don't believe I can do concurrent bonds in separate cases. So on
justice court cases, are those two bonds concurrent?
No, those are also separate cases. I'll leave the bond in the second case. I believe it was request is $100. I'll make it $50 just for time credit purposes if that's appropriate. Again, set the same hearing, the same time, and the same defense counsel, Mr. Stalter. with the same conditions of release. And on the city court matters, I'm going to appoint the city public defender's office to represent you, Ms. Gonzalez. I'll impose the same conditions let's see, there are 9 different bonds there. I'll consolidate that down to one. $500 cash or secured. I'll note that you're being held in the justice and felony matters. And I'll set a review hearing, a video review hearing in front of Judge Bond for September 16th at 1:45 in the afternoon. Ms. Gonzalez, that'll be a video hearing unless you're able to post bonds and are released. So you'll be seeing Judge Bond in the same way you're appearing before me right now. Hopefully the city public defender's office is able to reach out to you quickly.
Great.
Gonzalez, you have a lot going on, but you're going to have attorneys representing you in all these matters. Please communicate with them and stay in contact with them so you're up to date on the next stages in all your cases. If you are able to post a bond, please make sure and abide by all the conditions of release. And do not miss any hearings, otherwise they could go forward without you, or you could end up right back in custody, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you very much. You're excused.
Housing.
No seat. No seat. No seat.
Mr. No Seeds, been pushed through the reading of the charge.
We'll waive reading.
I think so.
With the reading, I'll instruct both counsel not to refer to any, refer to it or anyway.
Noted.
Left. Brown chair, your left. Mr. No seat.
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Johnny Lewis knows.
And your date of birth?
July 5th, 1967.
Anything else? Good morning, sir. This time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here today on a couple of different matters. The first is a felony infamy complaint from earlier today, which your attorney can talk more with you about. The second is several warrants are issued for your arrest by the Tucson City Court. To remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm going to appoint the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you on the felony matter and the City Public Defender's Office to represent you on the misdemeanor matter. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing, so if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with them before saying anything out loud, okay?
Sure.
Taking a look at pretrial services report. Doesn't know if there's any other holds or warrants. See, Mr. Noce is a 5 and a 5 on the NCFA scales. Community ties couldn't be verified through a third party. Do note 3 prior felony convictions, which include several probation violation revocations. Earliest case from 2003, and the most recent is from 2015. State's recommendation was for $5,000 bond plus pretrial services. Anything else back in the state?
No, Your Honor. State submits.
Thank you. Defense.
Your Honor, we're asking for release to pretrial. His criminal history has been very limited to charges that are related to his homelessness.
Thank you. On the felony matter, I'm going to impose a bond $2,500 cap here and order Mr. Noce to admit to monitoring treatment by pretrial services if bond is posted. In order, no alcohol or illegal drugs, and if released, that Mr. Noce report to Pima County Sheriff's Department Identification Unit within 2 days of being released. I'll set the preliminary hearing for September 18th at 1:30 in the afternoon. On the misdemeanor matter, I'm going to set a hearing in front of Judge Jake Cranshaw at the Tucson City Court for October the 31st at 9 a.m. I'm not going to hold Mr. Noce on that. I will note the felony hold for the city court's edification, and like I said, I'm going to appoint the City Public Defender's Office to represent Mr. Noce. All right, sir. You're going to be held for now. You will have attorneys assisting you in both cases. Please reach out to them and stay in contact with them so you're up to date on the next stages in your case. That's all I have for you, sir. Thank you. You're excused.
Noce, you're all done seeing me. Come on.
Good morning. Please tell me your full name and date of birth.
Shayna Agricola Damona.
And your date of birth?
7/31/89.
Okay. Good morning. You're being seen here today based on a couple of different matters. The first we're going to talk about is a felony complaint alleging possession of a narcotic drug and possession of drug paraphernalia, allegedly occurring yesterday. And the second involves a warrant that was issued for your arrest by Judge David Miller from the Pima County Justice Court. And this relates to charges of misdemeanor threats and intimidation, disorderly conduct, and failing to appear. Remind you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and on the felony matter, I'm going to appoint the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing. So if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with them before saying anything out loud. Okay? Report the interim complaint, as well as the county attorney's recommendation. You know, Miss Agricola is step diversion eligible. Doesn't have any other holds. County attorney's recommendation was pretrial services released and a steps court evaluation. Anything else to add from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Defense, I'm inclined to agree. You wish to take a minute to speak with your client about steps court? Go right ahead.
Okay, we just have to do that program. Yeah. Okay.
We're good. Thank you, Your Honor.
I guess is your client interested in participating in steps court?
Yes, she is, Your Honor.
And willing to waive time for the preliminary hearing?
Yes.
Thank you. All right, ma'am, I'm going to release you to the supervision of pretrial services in order that you submit to any monitoring that they direct. I'm also going to order that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs. I'll schedule a steps court evaluation for you on September 15th at 9 a.m. If you're successfully entered into the program and complete it, then your charges may be dismissed without having to proceed on to either plea agreement or trial. Just in case that doesn't go forward, I'm going to schedule a preliminary hearing for October 23rd at 1:30 in the afternoon.
Okay. Is that like probation?
Misdemeanor matter. I'm going to set a hearing for you on September 18th at 8:30 in the morning in front of Judge Charlene Pesquera here at the Justice Court. If I release you, will you promise me you'll appear at that hearing?
Yes.
Thank you. Then I'm going to release you on your promise. I'm likewise going to order that you not possess, consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, commit any acts of domestic violence. Have no contact with the alleged victim, to include going to their place of work or residence. You're going to be released later today. You need to contact pretrial services and your attorneys and stay in contact with both of them so you can be up to date on the next stage in your case. That's all I have for you. Thank you.
Oh, sir.
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Reno, closer 112100.
All right, Mr. Closer. Good morning. This time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here today based on a complaint of criminal damage from earlier today. Remind you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and in this matter, I'm going to appoint the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing, so if you have any questions, please speak with them before saying anything out loud.
Okay.
All right. I've looked at Ms. Alxar's interim complaint as well as the pretrial services report. Don't note any other holds. She was rated a 1 and a 2 on the NCFTA scales. Did have community ties and residential options. And also don't note any other criminal history. The attorney's office recommendation is for $1,500 bond plus pretrial services release. Anything else to add from the state?
No, Judge.
Defense?
Your Honor, we're asking for release, just based on the, the nature of the charges, her criminal history, her level 1 status. She's also got employment, and I know there's a contradiction in the pretrial services report as to whether she's either full-time employed or part-time employed and part-time a student. Regardless, she's using her time well, and she's engaged in things that are benefiting the community.
Well, I'm full-time employed and
it's okay.
All right, Mr. Officer, I'm going to release you on your own recognizance based on all the information I have in front of me. I'm going to set your hearing in the Pima County Justice Court for September 29th at 1:30 in the afternoon. I'm going to order that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, that you not without a valid license, and that you have no contact of any kind with, actually, give me a second. That you not have any contact of any kind with the alleged victims, to include going to the incident location. Do you understand?
yes.
All right, ma'am. You're going to be released later today. You need to contact your attorney, stay in contact with them, and above all else, do not miss any hearings in this case. Otherwise, the warrant could issue for your arrest.
Oh, this is your phone. That's the public access. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Edric Avila.
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Edric Avila, N588.
All right, Mr. Avila, good morning. This is the time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here today on a few different matters. We'll go through. The first is a felony complaint alleging possession of a dangerous drug, possession of a narcotic drug, and possession of drug paraphernalia, allegedly occurring yesterday. The second involves a warrant that was issued for your arrest by Judge Vince Roberts in the Pima County Justice Court related to a charge of criminal trespass in the 3rd degree. And lastly, a petition to revoke probation filed by the Tucson City Prosecutor's Office. And this relates to charges of Criminal trespass in the third degree, failing to appear, unlawful possession of drug paraphernalia, misconduct involving weapons, and several repeats of the same offense. To remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and the felony matter, I'm going to appoint, the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing, so if you have any questions, please speak with them before I say anything out loud, okay? All right. Pretrial services noted Mr. Avila is 6 out of 6 on the NCFTA scales, that he is steps diversion eligible. You note at least one prior felony conviction from 2017. County Attorney's Office recommendation was released to pretrial services. Anything else to add from the state? Oh, I'm sorry, and a step forward evaluate.
Given the here, we have guidance from
to shunt people to steps whenever possible. However, if the court is concerned about the 6 out of 6, the state shares that concern. That said, the state defers to the court.
Defense?
I would just add that it looks like his prior is eligible to be designated as a misdemeanor, and probation was discharged in the beginning of 2018. I couldn't pull up the entire file, but I just wanted to note that. I think that's it.
Regarding steps court, is your client interested in being screened for it?
Yes, we would ask that you set a steps hearing.
The age of the prior conviction. One more second. I will release Mr. Avila, give him a chance on pretrial services. I am going to order that he be released to their supervision and monitoring, and direct that he submit to any monitoring or treatment. I'll order that he not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs. And I'll set the steps court hearing for September 15th at 9 a.m. I'm sorry, is defense waiving time on the preliminary?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes.
And I'll set the preliminary hearing for October 23rd at 1:30. So, Mr. Avila, on your felony matter, I'm gonna give you a chance to be released with supervision from pretrial services. So if they call you and tell you need to do something, try to reach you, you need to contact them back and cooperate with them.
All right. Yeah.
On your misdemeanor matter, I'm going to set an arraignment date for you in front of Judge Charlene Pesquera on September 18th at 8:30 in the morning. If I release you, will you promise me you will appear at that hearing, sir?
Yes, sir.
Then I will release you. I'm going to order that you not return to the incident location where this offense allegedly took place. And on the city court matters, I will enter denials to the probation, to the petition on your behalf, and I'm going to set a hearing in front of Judge Bond. On September 24th At 2 p.m. All right, Mr. Avila, I'm going to, as I said, enter denials on your behalf. I'm going to appoint the City Public Defender's Office to represent you. I'm going to set a hearing for you on September 24th at 2 p.m. in front of Judge Bond at the City Court. I'll order that you not return to any incident location or have any contact with any alleged victim, and that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs. That's it. You're going to be released. Please make sure and attend all your hearings, communicate with pretrial services and your attorneys. Above all else, do not miss any hearings in this cases, otherwise a warrant could issue for your arrest, and you can end up right back in jail. And that's all I have for you, sir. Thank you. You're excused.
Thank you. Great.
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Chabelle Gray, 11/25/95.
All right. Trey, good morning. Time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here today based on two felony interim complaints, one alleging aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, allegedly occurring yesterday, as well as a separate complaint for the unlawful possession of a narcotic drug, unlawful possession of a dangerous drug, and unlawful possession of drug paraphernalia, also from yesterday. And you also have a separate misdemeanor case in the Tucson City Court. Stemming from charges of misdemeanor domestic violence, assault, and simple assault. To remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. Excuse me. You also have the right to an attorney. And on your felony matters, I'm going to appoint Mr. Mark Evans to represent you. And that'll be on both of the felony matters. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing. So if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with them before saying anything out loud, okay? And I believe, just double check this, that Mr. Gray is being held without bond on a separate matter. CR 2024 4686. He was rated a 6 and a 5 on the NCAA FDA scales. community ties couldn't be. I'm sorry, community ties were verified. The victim could not be reached. Victims. I do know there is a prior felony conviction stemming from 2015 to 2024. That to appear warrants parole violations. We'll deal with the aggravated assault matter first. Is $10,000 plus pretrial services released? And well, let's just start with that one. Anything else to add from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you. In defense?
He'd be held on so that he can retain credit, since he's going to be already held without bond on the other case. We're just asking if it be lower than $10,000.
And I will impose a $5,000 cash secured bond. Order that Mr. Gray not possessing too many alcohol or illegal drugs. I'm sorry, I will order that he be released to the supervision of pretrial services if bond is posted and he is released. I'll order no alcohol or illegal drugs, no firearms or weapons, and that Mr. Gray surrender any firearms he may have in his possession, and that he not have any contact of any kind with any alleged victim. Set the preliminary hearing date for September 18th at 1:30. And on the drug possession and paraphernalia case, County Attorney's Office recommendation was, I believe, for just pretrial services release and steps court evaluation. Anything else happen to say on that one?
Your Honor, maybe a touch impractical, but that's for steps to sort out.
In defense?
I think it is impractical, so we would just ask that he be held on a bond on that one to earn time credit. We are still asking for a steps hearing.
I will impose $1,000 cash secured bond for time credit purposes and order a steps court hearing for September 15th at 9 a.m. The preliminary hearing date will be the same day, September 18th at 1:30 p.m. Likewise, I will order pretrial services supervision and monitoring. And on the city court matter, one second here, I just need to take a look at the report. I'm going to set a video review hearing in front of Judge Millian at the city court for September 17th. At 1:30 in the afternoon. Impose a $100 bond in case that is appropriate for time credit purposes. I'll appoint the city public defender's office to represent. Or actually, you know what? Sorry, scratch that. I'm not going to impose a bond on that case. Okay, but
Yeah, that's it for what?
I want to make this more complicated. later than it needs to be. Well, like I said, point Pima or the Tucson City Public Defender's Office represents Mr. Gray. Order no contact of any kind with the alleged victim, include going to the place of work or residence, and not possess or consume any alcohol, illegal drugs, commit any act of domestic violence, or possess any firearms or weapons. All right, Mr. Grape, got a lot going on. You're going to have attorneys representing you in all your matters. Please make sure and keep in touch with them so you can be up to date on what's coming next for you. And that's all I have for you, sir. Thank you. You're excused.
Yes, sir.
Sorry about that. Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Prospect Castillo.
Go ahead.
And your date of birth?
January 1st, 2003.
Thanks, sir. So we're seeing here today based on, a couple of different things. The first is a felony complaint alleging aggravated assault and resisting arrest.
When was that? Is it the one that happened 3 days ago?
Yesterday.
Sir, I'm not. You can just say, I don't want to get into details, man.
Reminder, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. The other matter involves a misdemeanor complaint, or several cases rather, alleging misdemeanor DUI, criminal speeding, domestic violence assault, and contributing to the delinquency of a minor.
What's that?
You do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney. And on your felony matter, I'm going to appoint Mr. Jacob Bernstein to represent you. His contact information will be in the order you'll receive from the hearing. Take a look at the interim complaint. And the pretrial services reports doesn't note any other holds. Mr. Bill is rated a 5 and a 5 on the NCFTA scales. Unfortunately, couldn't participate in an interview with pretrial services, and community ties couldn't be verified through a reference, it looked like. Doesn't appear to be any felony or misdemeanor criminal history noted. Any attorney's office recommendation is for $15,000 bond plus pretrial services. Anything else to add from the state?
Nothing further.
And Feds?
Your Honor, we're asking for release to pretrial services. Based on the criminal history, based on his age, based on the length of time that he's been in the community, that pretrial should be sufficient to assure his appearance.
That's all.
If you need a moment to talk to your client, please feel free. I'm going to impose a $10,000 cash secured bond and order pretrial services release if bond is posted. Order no contact with any victims. no alcohol or drugs, no firearms or weapons. And set the preliminary hearing for September 18th at 1:30 in the afternoon. On the misdemeanor, I'm going to appoint the City Public Defender's Office to represent you, Mr. Skill, and set a non-transport hearing for October the 31st at 9 a.m. That'll be in front of Judge Verena at the City Court. I'll note felony holds so that they can either have you present via video or I know you're absent so you don't get another warrant. Some conditions of release will apply. Do not contact any alleged victim or go to their place of work or residence. Do not possess any firearms or weapons, commit any acts of domestic violence, or possess any alcohol or illegal drugs. All right, sir. You're going to be held at this time. Please make sure and communicate with your attorneys to make sure you're up to date on the next stages in your case.
They will hold me right?
That's all I have for you, sir. Thank you. You're excused.
They will hold me right?
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Isaac Lopez, 32294.
Thank you, Mr. Lopez. Good morning. This is time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this morning based on a warrant that was issued for your arrest by Judge Sue Canasser, the Pima County Superior Court, related to charges of possession of a dangerous drug and possession of a narcotics drug and possession of drug paraphernalia. You're also being seen here on a city court matter. It relates to several warrants related to charges of criminal damage, possession of drug paraphernalia, DUI, failing to remain at the scene of an accident, criminal trespass in the first degree, and repeats of the other offenses. To remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm going to appoint Mr. Tom Higgins to represent you. His phone number and contact information will be in the order you receive from this matter. All right. Don't note any other holds for Mr. Lopez was rated a 676 on the NCFDA scales. Here's this is a repeat. There was a warrant issued after a prior arrest with release to pretrial services. Pretrial services noted that Mr. Lopez never contacted them following release. And there does appear to be at least 3 prior felonies with one, the current one being the most recent and still pending. The Attorney's Office recommendation was for $500 bond, the amount of the warrants requested by Judge Canast. Anything else to add from the state?
Nothing further, Your Honor. We are given orders to abide by the bond amount.
Thank you.
Your Honor, so he's a lifelong resident. I would also note his criminal history consists of charges that are fueled by substance abuse. He has supportive parents. For those reasons, I'm asking for his release. I would also note he just indicated to me that part of the issue with contacting pretrial was that he didn't have a phone at the time. I'm going to talk to him about other options for how he can get in touch with pretrial.
I'm going to honor the bond amount requested by Judge Canast for $500. Will be captured. I will order pretrial services supervise Mr. Lopez. I'm also going to order that he not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs. The arraignment will be set for September 15th at 1:30 in the afternoon. And on the city court matter, take a look. Seems to be 3 different warrants. Fucking $500 bond all $500 bond.
We have some noise going on here.
The requested bond amount of $500. I'm going to honor that request on at least one of them. There are 3 different, but I'll just leave it at the one. I'll set a video review hearing for September 16th at 1:45 in the afternoon in front of Judge Maldonado. And I'm going to appoint the City Public Defender's Office to represent Mr. Lopez. If bond is posted, I'll order the same condition of release: possess no alcohol or illegal drugs. And in addition, do not drive without a valid license or have any contact with any alleged victim. All right, sir. You're going to be held at this time. If you do end up posting a bond, you need to contact pretrial services and your attorneys and stay in contact with both, so you're up to date on your next court date. And otherwise, do not miss any court dates. Otherwise, you can end up right back in custody. Thank you very much. You're excused.
Yeah.
Good morning. Please tell me your full name and date of birth.
Every John Davies, 1989.
Sir, good morning. Time to set your initial appearance. You're being seen here today based on there's a couple of different matters, but first is a felony incident complaint alleging criminal damage committed on or about May 2nd of this year. And the second involves a warrant that was issued by Judge Jeffrey Klotz at the Tucson City Court for charges of criminal trespass in the third degree, resisting arrest, possession of drug paraphernalia, and misdemeanor criminal damage. To remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney. And on the felony case, I'm going to appoint the Pima County Legal Advocate's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing, so if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with them before saying anything out loud. Pretrial services didn't note any other holds. There was the warrant that I mentioned from the city court. It was rated a 6 and 5 on the NCFTA scales. Community ties were verified, but housing didn't look like they were able to find separate housing. And there is a note of 4 prior felony convictions from 2019 to 2023. And there are several notations of failing to appear, probation violations, and warrants being issued. The county attorney's office recommendation was for $5,000 bond plus pretrial services. Anything else to add from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you. Defense?
Your Honor, we are asking for release. This is, again, something where his criminal history consists entirely of drug crimes and drug-fueled crimes. He's also got a supportive dad. He has been in the area for a long, long time. So we're asking for release to pretrial.
I'm going to order a $2,500 cash secured bond with pretrial services supervision if bond is posted. I'll order that Mr. Maguchi not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs or have any contact with the alleged victims, to include going to the incident location. I'm going to set the preliminary hearing for September 29th at 1:30 in the afternoon. On the misdemeanor matter,
Your Honor, for the preliminary hearing, I think it should be by the 18th because he's being held.
Well, my apologies. Thank you very much. I was incorrect. Yes, the preliminary hearing will be the September 18th. The misdemeanor matter will be, I'll set the hearing for October 31st at 9 a.m. in front of Judge Mayhew at the City Court, and I'll appoint the City Public Defender's Office to represent the defendant. I'm going to order that we have same conditions: no contact with any alleged victim, do not go to the incident location, and do not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs. I'm not going to hold them on a bond on that matter, given the felony. But Mr. Mabusi, if you are released or able to post a bond and are released, you need to attend your hearing at the City Court on the 31st. Otherwise, a warrant could issue for your arrest. Another warrant could issue for your arrest, rather, and you can end up right back in custody on that case. So that's all I have for you, sir. Thank you. You're excused.
Matthew Martinez.
morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Matthew Martinez, 11/9/86.
Mr. Martinez. Being seen here this morning based on a few different matters. The first is a felony warrant that was issued for your arrest by Judge Tracy Miller at Pima County Superior Court. This relates to charges of aggravated domestic violence, aggravated harassment, and several repeat charges with defense dates in December of 2024 and February of 2025. The second is affecting aggravated domestic violence, aggravated assault with a dangerous instrument, deadly weapon. This is from yesterday. And lastly, there is a misdemeanor warrant from, Pima County Justice Court issued by Crystal Ann Foster. And this relates to a charge of disorderly conduct from February of this year. I'm sorry, criminal damage and disorderly conduct from February of this year. To remind you, you have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. On all these matters, on the felony matters, rather, I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you. That'll be the Pima County Public Defender's Office. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing, so if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with your attorney before saying anything out loud, okay?
I did go to city court.
On the felony warrant, let's see, there doesn't appear to be any other holds in what I've noted or other charges pending. Mr. Martinez is a 6 out of 6 on the anti-FDA scales. The alleged victim in the, that's on the interim complaint, On the warrant, County Attorney's Office recommendation is $15,000, which is the amount of the warrant requested by Judge Miller. Anything else to add from the state on the warrant? Felony warrant?
No, Your Honor.
Defense?
$15,000 is too much. We're asking that the court consider release, and if the court isn't inclined to release, no more than a $5,000.
I'm sorry, I forgot to note there was notation of these 3 adjudicated felony matters, again with either probation revocations or seconding matters, and then there's 8 prior misdemeanor convictions. The list looks to be all but one of them involve. All of them involve acts of domestic violence. I am going to honor Judge Miller's bond amount of $15,000. I'll make that cash or secured and order pretrial services release if bond is posted. Order that Mr. Martinez not possess, consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, commit any acts of domestic violence, not possess any firearms or weapons, and surrender any firearms within 48 hours of being released, and that he not have any contact of any kind with the alleged victim, to include going to where they work or live. I'll set the arraignment for September 15th at 1:30 in the afternoon. On the interim complaint, County Attorney's Office was recommending $7,500 bond plus pretrial services. Anything more from the state on that?
No, Your Honor.
Defense?
Your Honor, again, I think that a $5,000 bond would be sufficient. I would note that this, I don't want to diminish the nature of the charges. However, I do want to point out that this was something where both people were in a fight together. It was mutual combat.
Understood. I'll likewise set a $5,000 bond in that case. That'll be cash secured with the same condition applying. I'll set the preliminary hearing in this matter for September 29th, 1:30 in the afternoon.
And Your Honor, he's being held, so I believe it should be the 18th again.
My apologies. Or just hold off on this. My apologies. And on the warrant, I'll set a case management conference for September 18th. I'm not going to hold them on a bond there, but I will order same conditions apply, no contact with the alleged victim, no acts of domestic violence, and no alcohol or drugs. I'll note the felony hold so that if necessary, they can see Mr. Martinez by video. All right, sir. All right, so you're going to be held. You will have several court dates. Please make sure and keep in touch with your attorney. Thank you.
Thank you. Again?
David Ogie? Yes, sir.
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
David Antonio Holguin, 11/29/2000.
Holguin, good morning. This is the time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here today based on felony interim complaint alleging possession of a dangerous drug, possession of drug paraphernalia, shoplifting, and organized retail theft. You have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointing the Pima County Legal Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing, so if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with them before saying anything out loud. All right. Pretrial Services only noted a felony probation, but no hold. Mr. Holguin was rated a 4 and a 4 on the NCAFTA scales. Was a note of 3 prior felony convictions from 2016 to 2024. Looks like the most recent one from 2024 is where Mr. Holguin is still on probation. That appears to be out of Phoenix. Attorney's office recommends $7,500 bond plus pretrial services. Anything else to add from the state?
No, Judge.
Defense?
Your Honor, so he's indicating to me that part of the issue here is that he's homeless. I think that the nature of these charges sort of aligns with that. I would also note that his probation case, it looks like he started in October of 2024. He hasn't, at least that I can see, had petitions to revoke. And he also has a supportive mom who can help with transportation. For those reasons, we're asking for release.
Okay. And I will release Mr. Holguin to pretrial services and order that he submit to any monitoring or treatment that they direct. In order to not possess or consume the alcohol or illegal drugs, have any contact with any alleged victim, or return to the incident location. I'll further order that he contact his assigned probation officer in that separate case upon release. And I'll set a preliminary hearing date for September 29th at 1:30. Got that one right, I think. All right. All right, sir. You're going to be released. You need to contact pretrial services and your attorney and stay in contact with both of them so that you don't miss any court dates, okay?
Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir. You're excused.
Thank you.
Harley, Roger, see you.
Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
My full name is Harley Stephen Rogers, and my date of birth is April 5th, 1986.
Thank you, Mr. Rogers. Good morning. This is the time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here today based on two felony interim complaints. One is from yesterday. This alleges possession of a narcotic drug, possession of drug paraphernalia, and possession of a dangerous drug. And the second is from August 27th, and this alleges misconduct involving a firearm, being a prohibited possessor in possession of a firearm. Remind you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and in both cases, I'm going to appoint the Pima County Legal Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing. So if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with them before saying anything out loud. Take a look at the pretrial services report. I do note Mr. Rogers is 2 and 3 on the NCFTA scales. There was a note of housing and employment. A third-party contact or reference couldn't be reached. There are 2 prior notes, felony convictions from 2018. On the, we'll start with the drug offense. County Attorney's Office recommendation was for pretrial services release with a steps court evaluation. Anything else to add from the state?
Your Honor, these.
Thank you very much. In defense, I'm inclined to agree with the state and release your client to pretrial services in the scheduled steps hearing. If you need a moment to talk with them, please feel free.
So the state's asking for a bond on the other charges. So I guess if he's released on the other charges, we would ask for release on the steps case. Otherwise, we would ask for a nominal bond to earn time credit. I would also note on the county attorney's recommendations, it lists a failure to appear warrant and says detained without bond. But I'm looking at him on the inmate roster, and I'm not showing that.
It's a mistake. It's a mistake, counsel.
Okay, thank you. So in that case, we're asking for release and the steps hearing.
Given the difference in recommendations, state have anything further? I believe the recommendation on the second case, misconduct involving a weapon, be $7,500 bond plus pretrial services. Anything?
That is correct.
Anything further?
On 134, Your Honor, we're looking at $7,500. On 143 is the release to PTS. Right. And I will state that this is the reference to the hold is in error, and the state does apologize for the oversight.
Not a problem. Regarding the second case involving the misconduct with a weapon, is there any additional argument on conditions of release? I do see a recommendation for $7,500. Anything else?
No contact with any victims, no firearms, no drugs nor alcohol. Contact pretrial services when released, And that should do it, Your Honor.
Thank you. So, Mr. Rogers, on your drug case, I'm going to release you to the supervision of pretrial services and schedule a step court hearing so that hopefully your charges can be resolved without having to go any further down your trial route. That hearing will be scheduled for September 15th at 9 a.m. I'm sorry. I am intending on doing the same thing in the other case. Given that, defendant, do you have any? I'm sorry. Do you wish to waive time on the preliminary hearing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right, then I'll set the preliminary hearing in the 205 matter for October 23rd at 1:30. Additional conditions will be monitoring or treatment services, no alcohol or drugs. And on the, excuse me, 217 case, will be the same conditions with the addition of not returning to the incident location and no firearms or weapons, and to surrender all firearms that may be in Mr. Rogers' possession to law enforcement within 48 hours. The preliminary hearing will likewise be for the same day. I'm sorry, it'll be for September 29th at 1:30 in the afternoon. All right, sir. You're going to be released. You need to contact pretrial services and your attorney to stay in contact with both. And above all else, do not miss any hearings in your case. And thanks, sir. You're excused. Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Good morning, Daniel Sanchez, 11/30/94.
Thank you. Sanchez, good morning. This is the time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here today based on a felony interim complaint. Two matters. One is an interim complaint alleging felony shoplifting and unlawful flight from law enforcement. Second involves a misdemeanor warrant issued by Judge Victoria Steele, Pima County Justice Court, relating to charges of shoplifting and failing to appear. The felony matter, stems from January 14th of this year, and the warrant from July and August of last year. I remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and on the felony matter, I'm going to appoint the Pima County Legal Advocate's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing, so if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with them before saying anything out loud. All right. Pretrial services didn't note any other statuses or holds for Mr. Sanchez or other cases apart from what I just mentioned. He was rated a 6 and a 5 on the NCAA FTA scales. Unfortunately, didn't participate with pretrial services for an interview, but the defendant's mother was reached and did give some background on residence and employment. Wasn't willing to offer him any housing assistance for pretrial services. I do note the 4 prior felony convictions from 2016 to 2019, respectively. County Attorney's Office recommendation was for $5,000 plus pretrial services. Anything else to add from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Defense?
Your Honor, I would just note all 4 of his priors are drug priors, and he's a lifelong resident, so we're asking for release.
So I'm just going to take another look at the criminal history. I'm going to impose a $2,500 cash bond and order pretrial services supervise Mr. Sanchez if bond is posted. I'll order that he not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, have any contact with any alleged victim, or return to the incident location, the alleged incident location is to say. That he not drive without a valid license. I'll set the preliminary hearing for September 18th at 1:30 in the afternoon.
Yes. Yes.
On the misdemeanor matter, I know the felony hold, and I'll set an arraignment for September 18th at 8:30. And that'll be in front of Judge Pisquera at the Justice Court. And again, that'll be September 18th at 8:30 in the morning. All right, sir. You're going to be held on a bond right now. If you do post the bond, please make sure and contact pretrial services and your attorneys. Stay in contact with both so you can be up to date on the status of your case. Thank you very much. You're excused.
Yeah, and I'll do.
Good morning. Can you please tell me your birth?
My full name, Reynaldo Tapia, 71065.
Set your initial appearance. You're being seen here today based on a felony complaint alleging domestic violence kidnapping, domestic violence aggravated assault, strangulation, and domestic violence aggravated assault with a deadly weapon or dangerous instrument. You do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointing the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to assist you in this hearing, so if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with them before saying anything out loud. I've reviewed the pretrial services report. Don't note any other holds or statuses, or pending charges. Ms. Tapia was rated a 4 and a 2 on the NCAA scales. The alleged victim was reached, does not object to release from custody. Stated would like to have additional contact. The criminal history yields 1 prior felony, violent felony conviction from 1983 with the disposition date of, looks like August 2017. County Attorney's Office recommendation was $10,000 bond plus pretrial services. Anything else to add from the state?
Your Honor, the defendant's background, the statistics regarding strangulation, and the facts alleged in this matter, the state believes speak for themselves. At least $10,000.
Thank you. Defense, if you need a moment to speak with the client, feel free.
Your Honor, in addition to the things that you've indicated, after that prior conviction, when he was released on parole, he had 12 years of parole without violating, and also in light of the victim's position, we would ask for release.
All right, thank you. Given the nature of the allegations as well as the prior conviction and the charges in that case, I'm going to order a $10,000 cash secured bond. I'm going to order pretrial services supervise Mr. Tapia if bond is posted. I'll order they do not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, commit any acts of domestic violence, they do not possess any firearms or weapons, and surrender any firearms or all firearms to law enforcement within 48 hours of being released. I understand the victim's input, but given the nature of the allegations, and I did review the interim complaint in this case, I am going to order no contact between Mr. Tapia and the alleged victim, and that he not return to the home or place of work for the victim. I'll set the preliminary hearing for September 18th at 1:30 in the afternoon. Thank you, sir. You're excused. Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Good morning. Brian J. Wilson, 04/05/1986.
Wilson, good morning. This is the time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here today based on a felony complaint alleging aggravated DUI, endangerment, and felony criminal damage. Remind you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointing the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing, so if you have any questions, please speak with them before saying anything out loud, okay? I reviewed the interim complaint as well as pretrial services report. Don't see any other cases or statuses for Mr. Wilson. He was rated a 3 and a 2 on the NCFTA scales. Community ties. Well, a reference was reached. I couldn't verify residence or employment status, but did offer limited support to Mr. Wilson. There appeared to be 2 prior non-violent felony convictions from 2007, 2018, as well as a misdemeanor non-violent conviction from 2007. County Attorney's Office recommendation was for $2,500 bond plus pretrial services release. Anything else to add from the state?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Defense?
We are asking for release. I would just note that in DUI cases, those often what happens is the charges get dismissed and then there's a direct indictment on them. And then I would just echo that he's level 1, lifelong resident, has a supportive ex-spouse in the community.
I will release Wilson ROR, and I'm going to set a preliminary hearing for September 29th at 1:30 in the afternoon. I'm going to order that driver without a valid license, that you not possess any alcohol or illegal drugs.
On Thursday.
All right, sir. You'll be released later today. You need to make sure and contact your attorney. Stay in contact with them and do not miss any hearings in your case. Otherwise, a warrant could issue for your arrest and you can end up right back in jail. Thank you very much, sir. You're excused. Good morning. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Brandon Woodward, 070892.
Mr. Woodward. Good morning. This time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here today based on it's like 3 different matters. First one we're going to deal with is a warrant that was issued by Judge James Hazel at the Oro Valley Town Court. Related charges of possession of drug paraphernalia. Listed bond amount here is $2,499 secured. Second matter is a felony interim complaint alleging possession of a narcotic drug and possession of drug paraphernalia. This is from August 25th. And third is a city court matter. This also relates to a warrant, several warrants actually, 4, related to charges of threats to intimidation, criminal damage, criminal trespass in the 3rd degree, and possession of drug paraphernalia. To remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. I'm going to deal with the warrant first. So hopefully that'll make the rest of it a little bit easier. On that matter, sir, I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you. That'll be Mr. Richard Glenn. His phone number will be in the court order that you'll receive. I'm going to honor Judge Hazel's bond request of $2,499. It'll be cash or secured. And I'm going to set a review hearing for you. That'll be video by video, and that'll be on September 10th. 2 days from now at 10:30 in the morning in front of Judge Hazel. Bond is posted. I'm going to order that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, and that you contact your attorney within 2 business days of being released, rather. On the felony matter, County Attorney's Office is recommending release to pretrial services and the steps court evaluation. Anything else to add from the state?
No, Judge.
The transfer title, because I have a title to my.
Sorry, I did review the pretrial services report, Mr. Woodward, before making any decisions. And do note that he is steps court diversion eligible for the felony matter. I'm sorry, defense.
Just have a moment, Your Honor.
Sure did. Of course, I am inclined to agree with the state on conditions of release, but obviously my ruling in the other matter may affect your request.
Your Honor, so he's not confident in his ability to bond out on the other case, so we are asking for a nominal bond. And he's also indicated that he is interested in steps.
I'll set $100 bond, cash secured, and set a steps court hearing for September 15th at 9 a.m. I'll order that Mr. Woodward not possess, consume any alcohol or illegal drugs. I'm sorry, I will order pretrial services supervision and monitoring. And the preliminary hearing date will be the 18th at 1:30 in the afternoon. So, Mr. Woodward, you're going to have two different hearings in this matter. The first will be to hopefully get you into the steps court diversion program so that you can hopefully have your case disposed of in an alternate manner. If that doesn't, for whatever reason, go forward, you'll have a separate hearing on the 18th, and that'll be here at the Justice Court. On the city court matter, I'm going to set a hearing for October 31st at 9 a.m. in front of Judge Morena. I'll appoint the city public defender's office to represent you. I'll note that you're being held on the felony and the Oro Valley matter. I'll order that you not contact any alleged victim or possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs. I'm not going to hold you on this matter. Just I don't want to continue adding additional bonds given the Oro Valley warrant. So you'll be released on your own recognizance in that case. But if you do end up bonding out, then you need to make sure and attend all your hearings. Otherwise, another warrant could issue for your arrest, and you can end up right back in custody. Okay? That's all I have for you, sir. Thank you. You're excused. All right. I think that's all for the evening, or for the morning, rather. Sorry. Thanks. Have a good day.